we want to pick our top five 50 over bowlers for Australia and India of all time. I'm going to start with you because you've done a bit more research than the rest of us. You've got actually a metric of working it out.
Yeah, it's just something I've been thinking about over the last few days, boys. Obviously, we're going to do our top fives of all time one-day internationals. We'll start with India, and then we'll go to Australia. So I thought I need to do a bit of criteria. So I thought I wanted about 10 to 12, maybe between 10 and 15 bowlers. And so I looked through the numbers and the statistics, and I came up with a top 12 seam fast bowlers for each country. And then I thought I'd add a little metric in it. And I've got a little formula that I use, and it's to do with a combination of averages, strike rates, and economy rates. So I've got my little formula. And what I've done, I've gone through that with every top 12 bowler for India and Australia. And I've come up with my top five most effective. So I use the term effective because they've bowled well. I've excluded batting all-rounders. I've excluded batting all-rounders. So from an Australian perspective, I've left out Steve Waugh, Shane Watson, Andrew Simons. And for India, I've included Manoj Prabhakar and Kapil Dev because they were predominantly bowling all-rounders who actually opened the bowling as well. So I thought that's an important distinction. So drum roll, please. Right, my top five Indian bowlers in one-day international cricket of all time. Okay, number 5, Javagal Srinath, who 315 wickets for India from 229 games, averaged 28. And an economy rate under 4.5. So I thought that was excellent. Very good bowler. Number 4, the small little swing bowler, Ajit Agarkar, who was, the metric was very effective for India with 288 wickets from 191 games. And he bowled deceptively quick as well. I remember he won a test match in Adelaide in 2003. He got 6 for second innings.
Big reverse swing too in India because back then we were playing in whites, outfields that weren't as grassed. He bowled really big reverse, didn't he, Ajit?
He was a wonderful bowler, Ajit Agarkar, and he was a really good competitor as well. So number 3 for India of all time, I've got the great Kapil Dev, 253 wickets from 225 games, opened the bowling a lot, would swing the ball away, did really well. But a key for his metrics is that his economy rate was 3.71. And compared to modern standards, that's absolutely elite. Number 2, the second and first are modern day players. So number 2, I've got Mohammad Shami, 206 wickets from 108 games. So he's nearly got 2 wickets an ODI, which is absolutely extraordinary, which would account a really low strike rate of 25.85. Economy rate a bit higher, being a modern player, but that strike rate really telling. And the number 1 bowler for India in ODIs, and this probably is not much of a surprise for you guys, is Jasprit Bumrah. 149 wickets from 89 games, an average of 23. Economy rate 4.5 in the modern game is very, very good. So that's my top 5 based on my metrics, boys. So I think they're all fine bowlers for India, that's for sure.
Mate, that's awesome. Yeah, I think you're our metric guy as we do this going forward. Just with that, I haven't done as much research, but my 5 is I'm going 5th, Zahir Khan. Great competitor, swung the ball early, bowled the death. I'm going 4, Mohammad Shami. Oh, I just love his action. For kids out there, if you want to mimic someone who's so efficient, gets through the crease, he's probably less than 6 foot and gets steep bounce, but he's so well skilled. 3, I'm going Javagal Srinath. Not only that he led the attack, he didn't have a lot of mates either. He had Big Prasad and Agarkar, but and on those wickets that were really barren back there. 2, Kapil Dev. Used to mimic his action, big outswingers, power hitter. And number one, it has to be Jasprit Bumrah is one of the greatest fast bowlers of any time. And he's a constant threat through every stage of 50-over cricket, isn't he?
Yes.
Opening up at the death. But in the middle overs, he'll come on and get wickets, which we know that's premium. So that's my 5. What about you, Pidge?
Yeah, no, I use slightly different metric to you, Diz. I used gut feel. So a lot of thought put into that one. But funny thing, I come up very similar to you, Diz. Though I put Jawaharlal Srinath as my number 5. You know, great bowler, just the way he went about it. The thing I loved about Srinath was when he'd go back to fine leg, you know, when we go back there, we're tired, we're a bit thirsty, so we have a big guzzle of water. He always thought that made him feel a bit heavy. So he'd have a drink of water, swish it around his mouth, and then spit it out, because he said he didn't want to swallow it because it made him heavier or just didn't feel. So just a little interesting there with interesting there with Srinath. Number 4, Ajit Agarkar. You know, just as you mentioned, you know, there's not a lot of balls that were bouncing over the stumps, so always attacking the stumps there. Has some really good stats. Shami I put in at number 3. Like you said, there's just the classical action. His skill level is unbelievable, what he could do with the ball, both at Test and one day is very adaptable. Kapil Dev, number 2, and, Bumrah at number 1. Bumrah is just unbelievable. He's got such a unique action, so different to anyone else in world cricket. Not an action, run-up or technique you would teach, because it does place a lot of stress on the body. Those last 2 steps as he powers into the crease and through is unbelievable. And I think if you slow his action down, where he releases the ball is about, a couple of foot closer to the batsman than most other bowlers. So that's quite unique about him. But he found what works for him. Now it's just about keeping his body strong enough to keep bowling day in, day out. But, his stats, unbelievable. Just his process, the way he goes about it. He's, I think, comfortably number 1.
And just on that release point, I did something on Channel 7. It's on my YouTube channel. He releases the ball, I think, 35 centimetres in front of the popping crease.
Yeah.
The average is about 7 or 8 centimetres. Siraj is 7. So the pitch is like 35 centimetres shorter when you're facing Bumrah.
Basically, he's half a yard quicker straight away. Yeah.